It's the book of Isaiah chapter 32, beginning at verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gatherings, Salakia, the gathering shall not come. Verse 11, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bear and gird sackcloth upon your loins. I want to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyam La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rachakodos B'Katam. Double honors to my apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, teaching do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwath and the Yakim out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to this truth. To you, I say Shalom. It's the brother Yahweh out of the GMS Cleveland Church, fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And basically, I came across this article. I was looking for a lesson, saying the title, thought of that one scripture, and Spirit jumped on me and said, bring it out. May the Lord feed me with more scriptures so I could feed the brothers. But, you know, that scripture is enough for real. Because at the end of the day, it's a testimony to what's coming to Babylon the Great. You know, this is a place that, you know, believes in, you know, women over men. And, you know, the scriptures talk about a new thing will be done in the earth where a woman shall come past a man. Well, this woman is set and idolized, you know, you got these celebrities speaking on, you know, how Biden and his administration need to free her, and just, you know, being that this woman is considered a superstar or a champion. But with all that being said, that should be humbling, you know. It talks about pride come before the fall, you know. This, I can imagine, was a proud woman, you know, again, a superstar in her, well, just pride, but just because of the simple fact, they say this woman's married. And, you know, like I was listening to the elder brother Tazawan, the elder from Men of Valor, and he was going into the exact subject. I forgot what day it was, but he was saying, you know, you got all these different jakes that's speaking about that's kind of, they feel sorry for her, feel bad, but at the end of the day, he said, nobody's looking at and considering the fact of maybe she's being judged for the way she was living. This lady is, you know, look at her stature, you know, and this woman thinks she's a man, you know. At the end of the day, she's under the impression that she's a man, you know. I've seen her wife, you know. So the pride of this place is going, you know, what's that the story, Humpty Dumpty? Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Well, Babylon the Great is going to be that Humpty Dumpty. I'm going to read a little bit of this article because, you know, I just, you know, Spirit jumped on me to do a video on it, because this should be, you know, the Lord always shows signs before he brings a judgment, you know. This lady being put in her situation, and who's to say how the Lord gonna work it out? You know, at the end of the day, she probably is being held as a political pawn between America and Russia. You know, just like how Moab or China literally did what they did. You know, Pelosi went over there, and then, you know, what, a week later, they basically locked down a city, with a tourist city at that. You know, that could have been a statement to, you know, because basically it's about to be a resource grab. You know, all these different countries and nations are basically jockeying for positions because they're seeing that America is weak. And, you know, years ago, Russia would have never did this. You know what I mean? But the Lord, you know, tells you in Ezekiel chapter 38 that the Lord is going to put hooks in thy jaws. You know, Gog and Magog, Prince of Tubal, you know. But, it says, Brittney Griner is set to serve time in one of Russia's penal colonies where abuse is common, disease is rampant, and labor is forced. So it reads, WNBA superstar Brittney Griner was convicted of drug smuggling and sentenced to 9 years in a Russian prison after custom agents found vape cartridges containing cannabis oil in her luggage in February. Griner's legal team has appealed the decision, but if her conviction is not overturned, then she's not included in a prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russia. The 8-time Salakia, the 8-time WNBA All-Star, will serve a sentence at a penal colony. Direct descendants of the Soviet Union's infamous Gulag system, Russian penal colonies are prison labor camps known as disease incubators where human rights abuse run rampant. Here's what we know about Russian penal colonies and what Griner's experience could look like. Brittney Griner is one of the most accomplished basketball players on the planet, and that's really not what I give a fuck about. Now this chick is 6'9", damn near 10 feet tall. Superstar for the Phoenix Mercury. Griner is an 8-time WNBA All-Star, 2-time scoring champion, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and WNBA champion. And again, through the Spirit, I'm just showing, I'm feeling that the Lord is, making her an example, because with all that status, with all, that manliness, with all that attitude, with all, that pride, I bet you she feels very, very low. I bet you she's been humbled, and at the end of the day, you would think that our women and the women period in this place will be taking heed, but they not. If anything, like the brothers were saying, these people are becoming more prideful. They're becoming more wicked, which the scriptures tell you that. In the days of Noah, it was a lot of violence, and no new things under the sun, so everything repeats itself. So you're gonna see, it's gonna be more atrocities, more wickedness, more depravity. You know, just like with that situation with them homosexuals that basically was ran over. I believe it was in Chicago. But the thing is this: the Lord, He's wroth. Smoking his nostrils. You know what I mean? If you see that video, like that was, that, I remember the elder Yahshua would say, he said, the Lord played bowling balls with the LGBT. He said they used them as bowling pins. Yeah, we ain't making light of it. We just looking at it like it is what it is. Everybody got a recompense. The righteous go get the righteous recompense, and the wicked gonna get the wicked one. So, and at the end of the day, the scriptures tell you, again, it talk about Jacob's trouble. Well, if this lady literally is suffering, and we about to come into the time of Jacob's trouble, and everybody sees, everybody, I seen multiple articles about, how inflation this and how the children, they already making it known that the children are going to inherit all this debt, and children are going to live a lot, basically a lot more harder lives, unless you coming from some money, but it's not going to be the way that these devils think it's going to be. They're not going to have the time. You got to understand that, like the elder was going into it's ordo ad chaos. So in order to bring order, they needed to be chaos. But the chaos, how bad this is going to get, the way that they got this set up, it can't be years and years of this. You get what I'm saying? Now I can see a lot of people conforming, and that's why it talks about the world that is created is for few. This world is created for many, but the world to come is created for few. It's going to be more people that's going to try and hold on to this place, even though they've already made it known that you shall own nothing and be happy. Because, again, all these elites are jockeying for positions. But yet still people are so carnal, they think this is the only, the only thing, that this is it. You live this life, this fucked up ass life where you just work and pay bills and then you die. Like, no. They have no faith in anything else. Again, when you go into science, since Esau, Edom got everybody believing in that, they tell you energy cannot be destroyed. So how is it that your spirit is pure energy? So Russian customs agent found vape cartridges containing cannabis oil, and they read all that. Nearly 6 months later, Griner was convicted of drug smuggling. Look at her face. That's humble. Bear with me for a second. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13 and verse 11. And it reads, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." So, when you look at this woman face, like she looks sick with it, you know what I mean? Right, that's when she got sentenced, Medalist Brittney Griner is escorted from a courtroom after her last words in Kimki, just outside Moscow, Russia. That was August 4th. I think that's when she was sentenced. Her legal team has since appealed the decision, but the move is unlikely to grant her freedom or even reduce her sentence. Because the thing is, look at her face. look at Goofy. And it really do look goofy. She looked like, scriptures. I was looking at because I did a search, and it brought up a woman should not wear which pertain onto a man. This woman in a t-shirt and pants. Because she done adopted that ideology that she is more than, or she's not ordinary, she's extraordinary. You know what I mean? When if somebody and that's really the Lord giving her up to her vile affections. Because think about it, like, she's not the typical woman. Most women ain't that big. This woman's damn near 7 feet tall. You know what I mean? At least she was recently in a prisoner exchange between the United States and Russia. Griner will almost certainly spend some time at a Russian penal colony. They just repeating the same stuff. But at the end of the day, again, through the Spirit, I'm just taking this. This is like the Lord making a statement. Because, like I said, right now this is the time to basically repent and coming back to your power. Like you said, you got all these people that's supposed to be considered somebody in society that the Lord has been laying low. You know what I mean? I'm going to end the lesson with this, because at the end, it tell you in Scripture again, pride come before the fall. So, that's why the Lord always lets a kingdom build itself up, and then when it gets to its epitome, to the, like when Esau Edom creates this beast system, when he MOTBs everybody, that system that he's trying to set in place will be like the epicenter of like the greatness of a society. Because the things that in the past generations they couldn't do. We live in a time in society where, like I said, you can go look up anything and get the information instantly. You could talk to somebody in real time that lives halfway around the world. So just imagine a system where they can actually surveillance and see everything you're doing. The Lord allows these different kingdoms to build themselves up to the epicenter of their greatness, and then he brings them low. And that's the Lord, talks about how the Lord maketh rich and maketh poor, and bringeth up and buildeth and teareth down. Roughly paraphrase. I think that's in Deuteronomy chapter 32, I want to say. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 23 and verse 12. And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So the proud gonna be abased, bring low. And he brought Brittney Griner real low. And he gonna bring a lot of these 2/3 ass women low as well. You know what I mean? It's a great humbling on the way. So if you're so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole, Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, commandments of your power, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, or you will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to God, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Shem, double honors to my apostles, the elders, of great millstone, who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth. pushing the truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, not more so than ever. Shalom to the Aquathini. I came up to listen and learning. Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, subscribing to the truth. To you, I'll say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. Shalom.